Welcome, the anointed ones. They expected an angel, not realizing the scariest thing in the world is a heart that loves fiercely yet sees all. Most people think an earth angel is all gentle smiles and unending tolerance, someone who wouldn't dare raise their voice, much less stand their ground. But here's the twist that no one ever saw coming. When an earth angel decides to show the full strength of their spirit, they can be more terrifying than any devil. Think about it. There's nothing quite as unsettling as someone who is gentle by choice, not because they're weak, but because they're strong enough to show mercy. Studies even suggest that individuals who embody empathy and intuition can be unsettling to those who live by manipulation and control. So, when an earth angel finally lets their light reveal what's hidden in the shadows, it has the power to shake even the toughest skeptics to their core. Because if there's one truth that's certain, it's this. Don't underestimate someone who can smile through chaos and still walk away without a single tear. And yes, to those who think they can push an earth angel to their limits, they might just find out that playing with fire has consequences. Number 1. The power of a pure heart's boundaries. People tend to assume that kindness equals softness, that a person with a big heart won't ever draw a hard line. This is where they make a huge mistake. When you're an earth angel, your kindness has nothing to do with being naive or allowing people to walk all over you. Instead, your kindness is built on fierce boundaries that refuse to be crossed. Most people don't expect it. They see the open heart but miss the strength that guards it. When someone tries to take advantage, they might be shocked to find that your kindness isn't an invitation for their disrespect. They assume you'll let things slide, that you'll let them push a little further. But the moment they test those waters, they realize that your boundaries are unbreakable. It's confusing and even terrifying for them because, in a world where people think kindness is weakness, they aren't ready for someone who is both deeply compassionate and utterly unyielding. What's even more surprising for them is that you don't raise your voice or lose your temper. You set boundaries quietly, firmly, without any hint of anger or bitterness. And that quiet strength leaves them speechless. They wanted access to the warmth of your spirit, but now they're faced with the unmovable strength of your convictions. This kind of power is something they can't understand, let alone handle. They wanted the nice version of you, not realizing that true kindness includes knowing when to say no without hesitation. People may have thought they could cross lines and get away with it, but now they're left staring at a wall they never saw coming. One built from both love and unshakable self-respect. And that realization is more unsettling than anything they could have imagined. Number 2, a mind that sees through illusions. An earth angel has a gift that people rarely see coming, a mind that cuts through illusions like a razor. It's a perception that's finely tuned to see through masks, hidden motives, and the subtle ways people try to manipulate. People may walk in with their charming smiles and smooth words, thinking they can fool you, but little do they know, nothing gets past your intuition. You see people for who they truly are, not just who they pretend to be. And that's terrifying for anyone with something to hide. When people try to deceive you, they're often used to it working. They're used to slipping by unnoticed, blending in behind their carefully crafted facades. But when they meet an earth angel, they find themselves exposed, almost as if they're under a spotlight they can't escape. This kind of clarity, the ability to look right through someone and know what they're about before they even say a word, makes them feel vulnerable, uneasy, and off balance. And here's the kicker. You don't even need to confront them. Just being around someone who sees them this clearly is enough to rattle their nerves. They may start acting defensive, uneasy, or even a little hostile, as if they know you've silently uncovered truths they wanted to keep buried. The irony is that they thought they'd be in control, but now you're the one who has the upper hand without ever needing to lift a finger. What they don't understand is that your insight isn't something you flaunt or use as a weapon. You simply see things as they are. This truth burns through their carefully constructed deceptions, revealing the reality they tried so hard to hide. And for someone who thrives on illusion, that's a terrifying revelation they didn't see coming. Number 3, A soul that commands respect without demanding it. An earth angel commands respect without ever needing to demand it. There's something in their presence that simply doesn't allow people to ignore them. It's not because they're loud or attention-seeking. In fact, it's the opposite. Their energy speaks for them, and that silent confidence unnerves people who are used to being chased or begged for approval. When you walk into a room with that calm assurance, people can't help but notice, even if they don't understand why. They might try to brush you off or pretend not to care, but something about your presence sticks with them. Unlike those who constantly seek validation, you radiate a natural self-assurance that says, "I know my worth, and I don't need anyone's approval to feel it." This isn't arrogance. It's simply a deep understanding of your own value, and that's what sets you apart. For those who thrive on people-pleasing, this kind of energy is hard to comprehend. They're used to people wanting their attention, bending over backward to be liked. But when they meet an earth angel, they realize that this is someone who doesn't need anything from them. You aren't waiting around for their validation or trying to win them over. Instead, your focus is on your purpose, your values, and your own journey. And that throws them off, because people don't know how to control someone who is already whole. Even more unsettling for them is that you aren't trying to compete or prove yourself. You're just there, fully in your power, without needing to prove a single thing. And in that quiet confidence lies a strength that makes them realize you don't just exist in their world, you own your own. It's a powerful reminder that true respect is commanded, never chased, and that can be more intimidating than anything they ever expected. Number 4, the unyielding resolve of a guardian. An earth angel is not someone who simply watches the world go by. They are protectors, fiercely standing guard over what is right and true. People might see them as gentle, quiet souls, but when they are confronted with darkness or injustice, they become a force to be reckoned with. This is where they show a side of themselves that few are prepared for, a side that doesn't bend, doesn't waver, and definitely doesn't compromise. Most people are used to dealing with those who can be swayed, those who can be convinced to look the other way. But an earth angel's commitment to their values isn't something you can negotiate. When they see something wrong, they'll speak up. When they see injustice, they'll confront it. And when they take a stand, they don't do it halfway. This unwavering resolve catches people off guard, especially those who assumed kindness meant weakness. It's almost intimidating to witness, this quiet, unbreakable strength that surfaces when they feel compelled to defend what matters. They don't lash out or make a spectacle, but their very presence in the face of wrongs feels like a warning. People start to realize that beneath that kindness is a fierce loyalty to truth that can't be bought, sold, or silenced. And that's not something they're used to seeing. This firmness is what makes an earth angel's strength so unique. It's a reminder that real power isn't about force, it's about conviction. And when an earth angel stands firm, there is no storm, no amount of pressure that can make them budge. They are a guardian, unyielding in their resolve. And that's far more intimidating than anything people expect from just a kind person. Number 5, silencing the noise with inner peace. In a world where people thrive on chaos, manipulation, and stirring up drama to keep others off balance, an earth angel's inner peace is disarmingly powerful. This calm isn't just a personality trait, it's a shield. A deep-rooted strength that doesn't crumble, no matter how much noise and negativity surround it. People who rely on creating chaos to maintain control find themselves powerless in the face of someone who simply refuses to be rattled. When you hold on to your peace, they start to realize that no amount of provocation will shake you. You're steady, grounded, and unbothered by the distractions and disruptions that would send most people into a tailspin. And it's in this refusal to react that you reveal just how much power you hold. To those who want to control and manipulate, your calm presence is deeply unsettling because it means they can't access your emotions, can't steer your thoughts, and can't disturb your focus. Their attempts to create waves, to draw you into their drama, only end up crashing against the unbreakable wall of your inner peace. And as they realize their efforts are futile, a quiet fear begins to grow. They're used to people reacting, getting flustered, or falling in line under pressure. But your calm, steady energy tells them that their chaos has no place in your life. This silent strength is one of the most intimidating powers an earth angel can wield, because it says, without words, that you are in control of yourself, and nothing they do will change that. It's a reminder that real power doesn't need to be loud. It's in the unwavering quiet that they can't influence. Number 6. Unbreakable spirit. People often misinterpret gentleness as a lack of strength, assuming it means they can push boundaries, manipulate, or even take advantage without consequence. But they couldn't be more wrong. For an earth angel, gentleness is a choice, not a limitation. Beneath that calm exterior lies a spirit that cannot be broken, a resilience forged through experiences most will never fully understand. When they try to push you to the edge, expecting you to crumble, they're met with something unexpected, a core of steel that stands unyielding, no matter how intense the pressure becomes. This resilience isn't loud or boastful. It doesn't draw attention to itself, but when challenged, it reveals a depth of strength that leaves people shocked. They come to see that no matter how hard they push, you won't falter. Their attempts to break you, to get under your skin or throw you off balance, only serve to show them the futility of their actions. Instead of backing down, you stand firm, proving time and again that their efforts to weaken you are nothing more than wasted energy. This quiet, unbreakable spirit is more unsettling than any visible display of strength. People expect threats or retaliation, but what they get instead is something they can't shake. A quiet refusal to be destroyed. Your resilience, your refusal to bend, becomes a mirror reflecting their own limitations. They see that while they rely on control and manipulation to feel powerful, your strength is rooted deep within, untouched by anything external. That inner strength, unshakable, undeniable, and wholly unbreakable, is a force they never anticipated, and it's more terrifying than any threat they could have imagined. Number 7. A truth that burns away. Deception. An earth angel's words have a way of cutting straight to the core. Living in alignment with truth, you don't sugarcoat reality or play into illusions. Your words act like a torch that shines light into the darkest corners. People who live behind layers of deception aren't prepared for this. They've crafted elaborate facades, built on half-truths and evasions, believing they can keep others in the dark. But when you speak, it's as though you're holding a mirror up to their soul, revealing what they've worked so hard to hide. The power in your truthfulness isn't just in what you say, but in the way it resonates with an undeniable authenticity. People may try to brush off criticism or defend their actions with excuses, but your words cut through those defenses effortlessly. It's not because you're trying to expose them, but simply because you're living in alignment with a truth that refuses to accommodate lies. That authenticity doesn't bend, and it can't be twisted to fit someone else's narrative. When you express what you see, it forces them to face their own inconsistencies, and they find themselves unable to escape the cracks you've illuminated. This kind of exposure is deeply unsettling for people used to hiding behind their own stories. They realize that with you, there's no room to maneuver or mislead. The truth shines through too clearly. It's a quiet but relentless power that demands integrity, making those who thrive on deception feel vulnerable and exposed. And for them, there's nothing more terrifying than the realization that their facade has been shattered, not by anger or accusation, but simply by the steady, unyielding presence of truth. Number 8. Forgiveness that doesn't mean forgetting. An earth. Angel's forgiveness is unlike any other. You may choose to forgive, to release the bitterness that others might carry, but that doesn't mean you forget. This balance between letting go of resentment yet holding on to the lesson baffles those who took your kindness for weakness. They expected endless chances, assuming that forgiveness meant a clean slate. But for you, forgiveness is about moving forward, not giving them a free pass to repeat their behavior. When people wrong you, they often count on your compassion as an excuse, hoping you'll forget their actions as quickly as you forgive them. But an earth angel doesn't operate that way. You can forgive with grace and leave the past behind without inviting that person to make the same mistake again. This is where the true strength of an earth angel's heart becomes clear. You're capable of showing mercy without sacrificing self-respect. This boundary catches people off guard, especially those who assume they could manipulate you endlessly. They start to realize that your forgiveness isn't a loophole, but a decision rooted in strength. They see that while you may release the resentment, you don't erase the memory of what happened. This duality, someone who can forgive without being fooled twice, isn't something they anticipated. It's unsettling because it means they've lost the control they thought they had. There's no going back, no returning to the comfort of a second chance. They're left with the understanding that while you are compassionate, you're not naive. And that realization, that they've crossed a line that can't be undone, is often more frightening than any open confrontation would be. Number 9. A presence that alters energy fields. An earth angel's presence holds a kind of quiet power that shifts the energy of any space. When you enter a room, it's as if the atmosphere itself bends and adjusts to the unique frequency you emit. People who rely on controlling others through manipulation or influence quickly realize they are powerless in the face of your energy. It's not something they can predict or control. It's as though your very being challenges the dynamics they've worked so hard to orchestrate. Those who are used to commanding attention, pulling strings, and subtly swaying opinions find themselves unnerved by your ability to simply exist without engaging in the games they play. Your presence doesn't demand attention, but it commands respect, and it forces others to recalibrate. Those who are accustomed to controlling the energy in a room, creating tension or drama to manipulate outcomes, find that your calm, unwavering presence disorients them. They can't get a grip on it because they don't understand it. What's most unsettling to them is the realization that they are being influenced by something they can't even define. You don't have to say a word or make a grand gesture. Your energy speaks for you, and it's this influence that shatters their sense of control. They begin to feel the weight of your authenticity, the depth of your presence, and they're caught off guard by the way it alters the dynamics. They can't manipulate what they don't understand, and that realization is terrifying for those who thrive on control. They are left questioning their own ability to steer the room, realizing that the power they thought they held is rendered meaningless in the face of your unshakable energy. Number 10. The fearlessness of being unattached. Earth angels are driven by a purpose far greater than any earthly connection or material possession, which makes them almost impossible to control. Unlike others who might cling to people, titles, or situations for validation or security, an earth angel operates from a place of deep internal knowing. They're here to fulfill their mission, not to appease others or secure a place in any specific circle. This unwavering sense of purpose strips away any fear of loss. You understand that nothing in this world is permanent, and you accept that truth without hesitation. This fearless detachment is what sets you apart. People who are used to manipulating situations or attaching themselves to others for power find themselves blindsided by your lack of dependence. You don't need anyone to complete you, and you certainly don't need to attach yourself to a position or a relationship to feel validated. Your independence is a quiet yet formidable force, and it rattles those who rely on emotional or material attachments to maintain control over others. What terrifies those who expect you to need them, to hold on to them for some form of stability or recognition, is the fact that you simply don't fear loss. You know that everything in life is temporary, and you embrace it fully. Your detachment isn't cold or indifferent. It's an expression of clarity and freedom. When they realize they can't manipulate you by playing on your emotions or by getting you to cling to them, they understand that they've lost their grip. The fact that you are untethered to anyone or anything leaves them scrambling to find something they can hold over you. But the truth is, you cannot be controlled by attachment, and that is what makes you utterly unshakable. Number 11. Unconditional love that has standards. Unconditional love is often seen as an open door, one that lets in anyone and everyone, regardless of their actions or intentions. But for an earth angel, Love doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or accepting behaviors that cross your boundaries. You show the world that love can be limitless, but it's never without standards. While your compassion and care may flow freely, they are not without conditions. You will give freely, but only to those who honor your space and your values. This distinction, offering love but only to those who respect the boundaries you've set, often catches people off guard. They expect that because you radiate kindness, they can demand access to your energy, manipulate your compassion, or walk all over your limits. But the reality is, your love operates on a higher frequency, one that requires mutual respect and understanding. You don't need to prove your love by compromising your own well-being or standards. If someone truly values your love, they must first show that they respect you as a person. What unnerves those who believe they could take advantage of your grace is the realization that they have limits with you. You aren't a doormat, and you aren't someone who will endlessly absorb their negativity or misuse your kindness. Your love is powerful, but it is also discerning. It isn't about unconditional acceptance of everything. It's about loving in a way that elevates both yourself and others. This selective love challenges their expectations. They learn too late that your boundaries are not negotiable, and that they cannot exploit your kindness for their own gain. That unsettling realization often leaves them baffled, unable to comprehend that someone who loves so deeply could also stand so firmly in their own worth. Number 12, the ability to walk away without looking back. The greatest power an earth angel possesses is the ability to walk away from any situation that no longer serves their higher purpose. It's not just about leaving physically. It's about walking away with a peace of mind that others cannot comprehend. There's no bitterness, no second guessing, just a quiet certainty that the path ahead is more aligned with your purpose than what you're leaving behind. This is what truly terrifies those who thought they could keep you tethered to them, to their drama, or to their expectations. To them, your kindness may have seemed like a trap they could always rely on, a source of validation and security they could continuously draw from. They expected your loyalty to be endless, your patience infinite. But when you walk away without hesitation or regret, it sends a clear message. Your loyalty is not unconditional. It is earned, and it is sacred. You're not someone who will endure negativity or remain in a toxic situation simply out of a sense of duty or obligation. When it's no longer serving your growth, your purpose, or your peace, you leave. And you leave with dignity, never looking back. That is the power they didn't anticipate. They thought they could always manipulate you into staying, playing on your kindness or your sense of loyalty. But you've learned the invaluable lesson that self-respect comes first. Walking away is a declaration of your worth. It reminds them, often too late, that you cannot be controlled, and no matter how much they try to hold you in place, you'll always have the strength and wisdom to move on. Your ability to sever ties without regret shakes their very understanding of control. It leaves them wondering why they couldn't keep you, and that unsettling question lingers long after you've gone. Your presence, as an earth angel, is a force that cannot be defined by conventional rules or expectations. You are a being of immense power, not because of any external display, but because of the unwavering strength and clarity that comes from within. The boundaries you set, the love you give, and the way you live with purpose make you untouchable to those who think they can control or manipulate you. You embody a truth that terrifies the weak, the deceitful, and those who thrive on chaos. Your energy shifts the room without a single word. Your love flows, but never without respect, and your ability to walk away from anything that doesn't serve your highest good proves that no one, not even those who expect to have a hold over you, can truly claim your loyalty unless they prove worthy. The power of an earth angel lies in the unshakable balance between compassion and strength, forgiveness and self-preservation, kindness and fierce boundaries. It's the understanding that you will never compromise who you are, no matter how much others try to pull you into their dramas or demands. People can't comprehend a love that has standards, a loyalty that isn't given freely, or the courage to leave without a second glance. They can try to control the room, control the narrative, But they can't control the essence of who you are, because you are a force of nature, and that will always be more terrifying than anything they can muster. If this resonated with you, if you felt the undeniable power of your own truth in every word, then this is just the beginning. You are an earth angel, untouchable, unshakable, and extraordinary. And it's time the world knows it. Subscribe to this channel and join a community that recognizes the power within you. Let's continue to break boundaries, shatter misconceptions, and live with purpose. Don't just stand by, but stand out, because your journey is just getting started. Subscribe now, and let's rise together. God bless you.